Aero Pegasus is easily one of the most dominating bays in the entire Beyblade X game. From its heavy weight, balanced shape, and beautiful teal paint scheme, it's no wonder that the price of this bay is in the hundreds of dollars. It could also be because it's locked behind a gacha game in the app, but whatever. Aero Pegasus is simply amazing, so its rumored follow-up has some pretty big shoes to fill. And I think CX's upcoming PegasusBlast could do just that. PegasusBlast is a rumored / semi-confirmed potential summer release upgrade to Aero Pegasus. We originally got a pretty low quality store leak that I can't show here, but I contacted HertzBurst, who you may remember from different concepts that I've done in the past, and he was able to recreate PegasusBlast as a new 3D model in way better quality. And he knocked it out of the park. The color scheme is perfect. The details are probably 90 to 95% the way there. You can't make it perfect because the low quality picture just leaves too many details that we can't see, but this is 95% the way there. This video is all about an unannounced upcoming Beyblade, but if you guys want to build the Beyblade combo of your dreams, make sure to go and check out sponsor of the video, Baylocker. Baylocker is your one-stop shop for building the combo of your dreams, or in some cases, nightmares if that's what you're going for. They have a massive library of parts to choose from, including the brand new CX releases. So if you just want to get the Dran Brave Blade and maybe the 455 Ratchet, you can do that. So go and check them out, link in the description down below, and make sure to use code NUC to save 8%. We can see a pretty standard 3-bladed shape, which is a little bit boring, but it does match the original Aero Pegasus pretty well. However, I am a little worried about it being too round. That's kind of my issue with CX, is sometimes the blades can be kind of rounded out, but I'm hoping it's a hard-hitting 3-bladed shape. We can also see some white wing details, these kind of feathery wing designs, which once again makes a lot of sense because it is a Pegasus Beyblade. I believe the lock chip is probably the hardest thing to recreate, mainly because that original teaser picture was like a 20 pixel clump, but from what HertzBurst had to work with, I think he knocked it out of the park. And we see the new kind of emo hair brushed to the side version of Pegasus, and this one's kind of interesting. I definitely like the original Aero Pegasus motif quite a bit, even though it has an interesting shape in there. But the original Aero Pegasus chip was great, and I don't know how I feel about this newer emo looking design. It's kind of funny, but I'm just gonna have to wait until the full announcement to pass my judgment. But let's go over a bit of context, okay? I've already talked about the fact that there was a leaked store picture for Pegasus, and it referred to it as CX00 PegasusBlast. And we got the picture in this red and white color scheme. Definitely really different from the original, but it was labeled as CX00. And that's pointing to it being maybe a special release of some kind, whether that's in the app or some festival day, something like that, we don't know. But I think it's safe to say that this red and white color scheme is not the main color. And so HertzBurst worked on an alternate version, and he came up with this. And it doesn't have any metal coat because that's what I think makes the most sense. In 2023, we got the release of BX00 Cobalt Drake in the Beyblade X app, and in 2024, we finally got its follow-up with Cobalt Dragoon and a limited BX00 Cobalt Dragoon in black as well. I think PegasusBlast is going to follow that format basically the same way, where we had a super limited app exclusive special bay release a while ago, and then its upgrade is going to get a special festival release, as well as a just standard starter pack. As disappointing as it may sound, I just don't see Takara Tomy releasing PegasusBlast normally with a metal coat, but just in case, HertzBurst did a version of that as well. And as you can see, it's basically the same as the non-metal coat version, but now it just has the teal paint, really matching it to the original Aero Pegasus pretty closely. Now, a big question on everybody's mind is how this bay is going to get released. Now, a few days ago, I posted on my community tab a picture of a silhouette of an upcoming bay releasing at the end of April, and by the time you watch this video, that bay may have already been revealed, but a lot of you guys think it is PegasusBlast. Now, this definitely makes sense because of the three-bladed shape. It matches pretty closely, if not too closely. I kind of think Takara Tomy is doing the three-bladed shape a bit too much, but I do not think it is Pegasus at all. The main reason for this is that this new bay silhouette is basically confirmed to be a UX release, so it wouldn't really match with PegasusBlast because Pegasus is a CX bay. There's also the release time, okay? Aero Pegasus is really important to the plot of the anime, just like Cobalt Drake was in 2023. So it wouldn't really make sense for them to release a Pegasus follow-up in a more mid-tier month like April or May, when they should release it in July, like Cobalt Dragoon released in July of 2024. June, July, and August are really big release months, just like November and December and March. April and May just aren't nearly as hyped up, and Pegasus feels so important that I feel like Takara Tomy would be screaming about this bay right now. They wouldn't hold it off as a secret, like, 2-week reveal and release it alongside of a Hell's Reaper random booster. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. And finally, some of you guys may think that PegasusBlast is fake. Maybe it's a fake internet leak made for brownie points or something, and that definitely could have been true. That's one of the reasons why I waited about 2 weeks to make this video. But just a couple of days ago, Takara Tomy officially copyrighted the name PegasusBlast, so the bay is pretty much all but confirmed. I feel pretty confident in saying that PegasusBlast is going to release in either June or most likely July, and it's also going to release as a starter pack, and I really hope that the starter pack includes a new launcher of some kind. It could just be a standard right spin string launcher, but I want them to change up the details just a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more unique. I just don't want the same right spin launcher again. And the parts are a complete mystery. We don't know what the assist blade is going to look like. We don't know what the ratchet and bits are going to be. The original Aero Pegasus had 370 and Excel, and I don't think this new one is going to be similar to that, but who knows? Maybe they give us a 355 for lower attack, and maybe they turn Excel into low Excel or something like that. We could also get something like Excel Dash, really bring in some Beyblade burst energy, where it's basically just Excel, except the stem has like some rubber on it to help your Beyblade's burst resistance or something. I hate that idea. I really hope they don't do anything like that at all, or at least not for a little while. But yeah, let's just stick with a standard bit style for now. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you're excited for the new PegasusBlast, or if you have to wait to see more to pass your final judgment. Hit that like button. We're going to try and hit 1,000 likes, and subscribe to join the Nook Nation. And don't forget to have fun and bay away.